the Glaive Prime. This is a weapon you need to possess. It is currently in Prime Resurgence, I believe, for 95 days. And in today's video, we're going to be showing you how to make it insane using Nourish, using an interesting corrosive perk, as well as using the Epitaph. Yes, you do not need a Bane mod for this. You can, if you want to, go for those double dips as well as triple dips with Saren if you really want to go overboard. But yeah, hope you guys like the video, and it's Proton here. I'm going to show you how to take your Glaive Prime into something spectacular. Here we go. Now, starting off, the Glaive Prime is a glaive weapon. It has 3 modes, kinda. First is your normal melee, like as you can see there. The next is a throw, simple throw, and it comes back to you. And the next is a throw and a detonation, which that is what we will be focusing on. In order to detonate the glaive, you would first need to throw it and press whatever your detonation button is. For me, this is R2 and R3, my right analog stick. So I would throw, tap my R3, and it will come back to me. Now, the glaive has many uses, but it's only useful for one thing, which is its heavy attack. Upon throwing the glaive, it'll bounce around. Well, that didn't quite bounce around, but it'll bounce around the enemies and bounce around objects, and it'll come back to you. But we're going to be mainly focusing on this, the explosive. Upon throwing the glaive and triggering an explosive, you will mainly proc slash. In fact, this is good because you will force proc slash, regardless of your status chance. Your status chance will really only affect your impact and your blast, but slash will be force procced every time. Now, with that being said, let's get into the build and how you can make this thing really phenomenal. In the arsenal. Now, the Glaive Prime is an immaculate weapon, and we're going to be trying to get it to its max in this video. Now, as you can see, I have the Glaive Prime there. The stats are good, but it's not great when you first look at them and you don't have experience with the Glaive Prime. That is understandable. Now, for critical chance, we are focusing on a 22%. Critical multiplier, 2x. Status is 30, minus the slash, because you can force proc slash. It only affects your impact and puncture and whatever other mods you have on for your status. Now, impact is 24.6, slash is 114.8, puncture is 24.6, and the total is 164. We're mainly going to be focusing on a heavy attack for this build. And as you can see, that is the build right there. We're running Astral Twilight, Sacrificial Steel, Gladiator Might, Corrupt Charge, Organ Shatter, Volatile Quick Return, Killing Blow, Sacrificial Pressure, and Carnus Mandible. You don't have to run this, you can replace this with the Bane mod, but this is just my personal preference. Now, we are running melee exposure, but why on earth are we running melee exposure? Well, on ability cost, you gain a 60% corrosive damage on melee strikes for 25 seconds, and it stacks up to 240%. This is going to help us with armor strip, as well as doing more base damage as the armor gets stripped over time. We're also going to be pairing this with the secondary called the Epitaph. Now, the Epitaph is a primer. You don't really need the Epitaph, but this is just to get it to its full working capacity. So we're going to show you this without the Epitaph and with the Epitaph. Now, Frostbite, Pistol Pestilence, Amalgam Barrel Diffusion, Perpetual Agony to keep those status duration going for longer, Gunslinger for the fire rate, Accelerated Isotope for fire rate and radiation, and Prime Heated Charge for heat. Now, you can run a secondary amp or secondary arcane, but I don't really run it because I just use it as a primer. But with that being said, let's go ahead and show you exactly how this build works and how you can get it going to its max. Now, the Glaive Prime. Here we are again. So, if you noticed, you'll see I'm holding, I'm holding my Epitaph and my Glaive Prime. This is because with any secondary, well, most secondaries, you can hold the Glaive Prime with a primer and as well as throw it too. But we're just going to be throwing it first and not testing it with the Epitaph. Now, this is what the build that I'm using will do. It's not a lot because we don't have a ribbon and we're not running a Bane mod. As you can see, the slash is pretty decent against these heavy gunners. But the real fun is when it comes in with the primer. Now, I know you'll get people in the comment section saying that, hey, you should run this and this and that. And yes, a Bane mod such as, as you see right here, primed Grenier, primed Corrupted, I believe it is. Yeah, I don't use Bane mods that much. I really don't use them a lot, so I'm unaware of them. But you can use mods like that if you want to go for double dipping and stuff like that. Now we're going to show you how it works with Nourish if you possess it and melee exposure. The good part about this is it ability-wise. So every time you cast an ability, like you see there, my melee exposure on the top right-hand side of my screen is at 50% for about a couple of seconds. use an ability again, goes up to 100. And you can stack this all the way up to 240. You can't go higher than that, as you can see. Now, the good part about this is we're going to be hitting viral and corrosive. And we're going to be doing much more damage, because viral is going to help out with those slash procs a lot, as you see right there. Now, but it's not really what you'd expect it to be. Well, this is where the epitaph comes in. Now for the epitaph. So we have our epitaph equipped right now, and we're just going to prime everything and then just give it a go. But we're going to do it without nourish, so I'll wait for my nourish to run out. There we go. So you would just prime these guys, you normally would, and then you would just throw your glaive. As you can see right there, the ones that are primed, they will get the most, like, they'll just die. I mean, that's really the whole point about making them all, for them to die. We're going to go ahead and spawn those enemies again one more time, and this time we're going to show you with everything combined. Now, this is a double bonus, triple bonus actually, because Nourish is going to proc your melee exposure, as well as put it on your epitaph, and as well as put only the corrosive and the viral on your glaive, and the viral on the epitaph. So it's basically going to look something like this. Oh yeah, let's just max it out. Let's just show you the max anyway. So you would prime normally, like what you normally do. You would prime, and then you would just throw your glaive. And then everything just decimates. And there you have it. It is a very expensive weapon to come across if you are buying it. On the Warframe market, as you can see right here, it is going to cost you 350 plat at base. Some people are selling it for 400, which I really don't think is fair, in my opinion. But if you stack up on it now in the Prime Resurgence, you can get a lot of plat, like what I will be doing over the course of this weekend, as well as for the time being that the Glaive Prime is out. But that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I really hope that this build helped you out. Thank you for the massive support that I've been getting from some other people. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy my videos and it helps you out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.